Homeopathic genital herpes treatment. Nitric acid, herpes-like eruptions or even condylomata around genitals as well as anus, gonorrhea along with chancres as well as warts, little blisters on orifice of urethra as well as internal surface of prepuce developing chancre-like ulcers. While urinating, pains, much swelling as well as tenderness, burning in urethra, discharge sometimes bloody. Sepia, homeopathic medicines for genital herpes has actually burning itchiness, moist or even scurfy herpes preputalis, chappy herpes, along with a round desquamation of skin. Eruptions on glands as well as labia, indolent chancres, itchiness as well as completely dry out eruptions on genitals, condylomata, chancres on glands as well as prepuce. Sarsaparilla, herpes, and also outrageous sweat around genitals, the skin lies in folds, eruptions are actually susceptible to appear in spring season, their base swollen, the crusts detached easily away from sores as well as the adjoining skin ends up being chapped. Natrum muriaticum, an excellent solution for certain types of recurring fever, anemia, chlorosis, many disorders of the alimentary canal as well as skin. Excellent debility, most weakness felt in the early morning in bed. Cold. Emaciation most significant in neck. Great liability to get cold. Dry mucous membranes. Constrictive sensation throughout the body, weakness as well as weariness. Oversensitive to all of kind of effects. Skin greasy, oily, particularly on hairy parts. Dry eruptions, particularly on scope of unshaven scalp as well as bends of joints as well as genitals. Fever blisters. Urticarial, itch and burn. Crusty eruptions in bends of arm or legs, margin of scalp, behind ears as well as genitals. Skin signs even much worse eating salt. Has an effect on hair follicles. Graphitis. Graphite has actually an unique affinity for folds of skin, joints, behind ears, groins, neck. Herpes in overweight women. Graphitis, homeopathic medicine for genital herpes along with delayed and scanty menses. Herpes showing up at climacteric. Big blisters coming from umbilicus to the spine, primarily affecting left side. Itching spots on different parts of the body which oozes a watery sticky fluid. Itchiness as though foreign matter is pressed through the skin. Round herpes, feels rough to touch and also wrinkled. The itchiness is actually worse in the evening, during and after menstruation and also is better from wrapping up. Restless while at the office. Hepar sulf, face, hands, genitals as well as bends of knees and elbows are actually the typically affected areas. Herpes after abuse of mercury. Adapted to individuals along with unhealthy skin which suppurates easily. Patients are highly sensitive to cold. Herpes zoster coming from spine forwards, especially the left side. The eruption is severe neuralgic pains which are actually even much worse at night. Vesicles on an irritated base associated with splinter-like pains, severe itchiness, and scratching. There's marked aggravation in the evening, from cold, touch and also the patient feels a lot better in moist weather and from wrapping up warmly. Especially suited to individuals with a sour body odor. Herpes cincinnatus. For torpid lymphatic constitutions, individuals along with light hair as well as skin tone, slow to process, muscles soft as well as flabby. The slightest injury triggers suppuration. Conditions where the body was injured due to the misuse of mercury. Merc-Sol, homeopathic medicines for genital herpes has actually a significant affinity for right side. Herpes of right lower arm, wrist and hand. Herpes preputialis of the right edge extending throughout the abdominal area. There's itchiness which changes to burning on scraping and shooting pains which are actually even much worse in the evening and in cold damp weather. Herpetic eruptions which are actually surrounded by little pimples. Herpes along with a tendency to suppurate particularly in individuals along with excessive sweat. Nervous affections after suppressed discharges especially in psoriatic patients. Glandular as well as scrofulous affections of kids.
Thank you for watching. And please subscribe to my channel for my upcoming herpes treatment videos.